Proper Punters, brought to you by CrossBet. Are you ready to level up your punting game?
All right, and welcome back to another week of Proper Punters. I'm Aaron Macey, and we've got Tommy Forward here. We finished the card pretty strong after a bit of a rough start, and the race has been washed out at Rosehill.
Yeah. It started off rough, waking up in the morning and finding out the races were off in Sydney, but good to get some nice priced winners in Ipswich.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit of a funny card. I don't think the track played exactly how everyone thought early, and then it kind of really found that pattern late.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, we move on to the last day of the Queensland Carnival. How are we seeing Eagle Farm play?
Yeah, Eagle Farm, the rail moves out 7 metres. I think the pattern will be quite consistent with what we've got in the previous meetings. I think you'll want to be in the running line to sort of the 3 wide line in those bigger fields. I think that'll be a better advantage or a bigger advantage than being stuck on the fence and in those inside lanes. Couple horses off the fence will probably be where the jockeys will want to find the right turf.
Right, all right, awesome. All right, well, we kick off with a highly exciting staying race, Tattersalls Cup. What's the pace look like, Tommy?
Yeah. Another exciting one with a bunch of horses that are well exposed. I've got a fast tempo here. I've got Spirit Ridge, Serpentine, Naval College, and Almerac all wanting forward positions. And then behind them, I think there'll be plenty that'll just want to sort of take a midfield run, drop the bit, and just settle. Very difficult, low confidence race. I had no idea. The key chances, Knight's Choice and Young Werther, I think, come through the Q22 behind Faulkner Park, who was simply dominant over them. They both had excuses, both posted wide throughout, but the market hasn't missed either of them, putting them up first and second favourite. I couldn't split them, and I couldn't really identify any value at their current prices. What did you think about this race?
Mate, it's definitely not a race I'm really keen to be diving into. I did think the trial of Serpentine between runs wasn't too bad, and I know at his best he's a horse that can bowl along, and I think sometimes with these plotters it's good to find one of these horses, real rock hard fit, Gay Waterhouse. I think if you can find the form from last preparation, you could probably give this a little bit of a shake at each way odds.
Yeah, definitely.
He's $6. He's probably if I gun to my head, small bet Serpentine, but not a race I want to be playing.
No, that's fair enough.
And yourself?
Yeah, not a race I'll be playing personally. Market seems to be pretty accurate, yeah.
All right, beautiful. Let's move along to the Tats Mile. Little bit of a bigger field here. We've got Water Goes backing up. Stablemate I Know a Star is current favourite. What's the pace like?
Another fast tempo, as is the case with some of these quaddie legs at Eagle Farm. I've got I Know a Star and Cocoa Brew Express. They'll want to fight for some control up front, and I think if they go toe and toe, they could inject plenty of speed into this. I've then got Mississippi Prince and Water Goes looking for soft runs just behind those 2 leaders.
Yep.
Looking to the market and sort of the key chances, I think I Know a Star deserves favouritism after that really strong run behind Freedom Rally over this track and distance a fortnight ago. My only concern is the fast tempo. He was pretty tired and on tired legs over the last 100 metres last start. And I think if they go as fast, if not faster, that last 100 metres again is going to be some concern. So I think in a race that's quite open, if you want to think that I Know a Star is not going to see out a strong mile, I think Cepheus gets Blake Shin on the top weight. It was posted wide first up in the Stradbroke, which you can forgive. Gets Blake Shin aboard and a nice map. And if you actually look over some longer form from a while back, this horse had a starting price profile of in the Big Dance starting favourite over I Know a Star. So some time ago, the markets once expected that they had similar ability, and now one's $3 and $12. So if you can forgive some recent runs, I think it's some value at $12.
Yeah, definitely. It was once again not a race super keen. The whole meeting isn't one that I'm overly keen. I think I want to have one bet in the first, which I'll talk about later. But at this point, I'm not too keen to dive into much of the meeting. There was one little bit of value. Look, for starters, I want to forgive Water Goes here.
Yeah.
We did say I don't think he'd love being on the inside. Problem is, does draw inside here again.
Yeah.
But does get to the bigger Eagle Farm straight, which is much better suited. And I think if you can find a way to pop off the fence, or if they are coming off the fence, he might slide up the inside. His 2 wins over 15.50, albeit in far weaker grade, were good. And I do like him on the backup doing that. So, and he seems to have got the blows at the moment. So I think if he continues to get out in the market, or he came in and he's starting to get back out. I think if he can blow a little bit more around the 450 mark, he could be worth a bet.
Yeah.
The other horse that I didn't mind the run of was Maracana.
Yep.
I think comes out of the Le Creek race. I think that's pretty decent form for a race like this. And I think she can probably give this a shake around the $15 mark. This has a little bit of luck from gate 14, but potentially that might be a bit of an advantage at this time in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah, they were my two. But I can see what you said with CFS, but definitely not a race I'm overly enthused to bet.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, well, we've got one more here at Eagle Farm. We have the Tattersall's Tiara, last Group 1.
Yeah.
We've got Bella Nipotina. She's come into $2.20 now. I think she's about 6 to 4 at lunchtime today, and she's in the 220. So someone's clearly steamed in. We've got Sieste Magique, which was highly impressive at the $7 mark. Found her. What's the pace look like? Let us know, Tommy.
I had another above average to fast tempo. Wasn't too sure on who wanted to take it up, but there were a few that were going to press on, and which one took the lead, I wasn't quite sure. Bubble Rock may press forward from gate 15.
Yep.
And then I thought Zoe's Promise coming back to the 1400 would want to show early toe. Willinga Beast will want to also be prominent up there, but just kind of slotting behind those leaders. And then a few others will just want to take midfield runs to off midfield runs, given their gates and sort of their recent racing. $2.10 now, $2.20 you're saying for Bella Nipotina. I think she's got a clear class edge over this field if you
Definitely.
go through her recent form. But what price is a good price? I'm not sure $2.20 is a price I want to be taking in this open mares race. If she doesn't turn up, then I think it's a bit of a lottery. But I thought at 20 to 1, Roots represented some value.
Yes.
Resumed very well at Rosehill. Then went down to Morphettville, which I'm happy to overlook. I think if you can pick apart her form, she seems to run best when running clockwise, and I think that's shown by failing both in Morphettville and also over in Ascot, which are both anti-clockwise tracks. I think she has an excellent turn of foot. I think 1400 is perfect for her, and I think if she can get to her best, then she can be running a place, and I think at 20 to 1, an each-way bet would be my suggested play in this race over the $2.20 Bella Nipotina.
Yeah, beautiful. I'm in a fair bit of agreement with you here. Look, Bella Nipotina, clear class edge. I think she's got second. There's obviously Steffi in the Stradbroke. Great run. Margins were huge. You've got second to I Wish I Win, and then the win over I Wish I Win at Doomben. What price would I Wish I Win be in this race?
Yeah, red
You'd
figures.
be deep in the red, and there's been pretty much a nose between them in both the starts there. So, Look, concede she's a massive chance, but she's got barrier 17. I don't think everything will go her way. She's yet to win over 1,400 metres as well.
Yep.
So there are a couple of little question marks. I'm happy to bet against her at her current quote, but I wouldn't want to bet too heavily, because I have a massive respect for her. I do want to stick with my top pick will be CS Magique. I love the way she won. I think she's got speed where she can go out. She can also take a sit. She's got a bit of versatility. She's quite dynamic. James Sticks. Interesting to see that she hasn't won second up in the past, but she's yet to finish out the placings too. Look, on the win, I thought that was probably her most impressive career win.
Yeah.
I think she's absolutely flying under the new stable. Concede all the points that you sent for Roots. Definitely think she's a massive chance at the price. I also like another one out of the stable of Waller's, Vienna Princess.
Yeah. Came
Came out of the CS Magique race, got way too far back. when we were doing that race, Alexius and I said was happy to go away from Roots if she was to run and Vienna Princess, thinking that they were having an extra barrier trial.
Yeah.
She certainly raced like a barrier trial, really got warm late. Barrier 1, she'll settle a lot closer in the run, and if it's not a disadvantage to be in there, she's about 40-1. She'll give this an almighty shake at 40s.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, look, as you know, it's a race with a little bit of a tail if you want to continue. But I'm going to be playing the 3 Waller runners here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we move back down here to Sydney.
Yep.
Currently a heavy 8. How is it much? We haven't got much rain forecasted. How are you expecting Rosehill to play? Rail True.
Rail True, Rosehill. I'm predicting not much rain around. Hopefully we can get into that soft range.
Yep.
In an ideal world, soft 5, almost pushing on good 4. But I think the morning dew and sort of the frost in the mornings is sort of delaying that drying period till about sort of 10 a.m. So I think we might still be in that soft range come Saturday. Rail True, I think they'll want to get a couple off the fence, as typical with Rosehill Rail True, sort of 6 to 10 off the fence is where you want to be. Leaders can still win if they want to get a lane or 2 off the fence. I think hard fence is a disadvantage when the rail's in the true, especially when they can get their toe into the ground. They kind of want to get a touch off the fence.
Yeah, usually I think that fast lane starts around when it gets to rail 6 meters. It seems to be very fast. So,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but the one thing, it depends where the track is. I find if the track's in that heavy range, it's kind of up and off and they struggle to make ground.
Yep.
But I think when you start getting into the soft and closer towards good, I think it can be quite swooperish.
Yeah. Yep.
So it'd be definitely interesting to see that.
Yeah. No, I agree.
All right, Tommy, we finish off with the McKell Cup in Rosehill, race number 7. How's the pace look?
Not too much speed in this race. I struggled to find sort of a leader that's going to lead consistently. I thought Baby Raider will take up the front position, and then I thought Queenmaker will be positive from gate 1, use their gate and try and find a box seat position. Danish Fortune will be up there from a low draw 2. And then I think Golden Path will find a prominent position, try and slide across. There's some options about what Nash wants to do. I think if he knows that there's not a lot of speed across, drawn outside the second favourite in Golden Path, he might choose to sort of slide up with it and slide and try and get in on its back. And then there's plenty of others that will take rearward positions to just settle in the run. But not too much speed, I didn't think.
And where are we going form-wise? Are you interested on anything in the race?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident on Waterford. Getting back to Rosehill, all of his best stuff seems to be at Rosehill. So that run last start at Randwick, it just looked like a run, but I'm happy to overlook that and say getting back to Rosehill will be where he races best. Getting Nash back on, I think, is a big positive. And first time at 2,000 metres, but I'm willing to trust the stable if they want to step the horse up to the 2,000. I think the way the track is predicted to play, sort of coming down the middle part of the track, will only suit Waterford. And I was happy to be against Golden Path, who I thought came out of a limited race, only beating Father's Day, who's a bit of a benchmark horse by a head. I do concede it was a fence day at Randwick that day, where sort of leaders were kicking and this horse settled off the fence and came down the middle part of the track. But the 35 days between runs now coming into this race also looks a disadvantage.
Surely does. Looks, one thing with Waterford, I think the better the track gets, the better he will go. I don't think he generally wants heavy tracks. I think we will continue to dry it a little bit more. We should get into the genuine soft range. Mm-hmm. I concede all your points here. I agree. I think he looks like the class animal in what looks to be a pretty limited race. I would have him top pick. I think stablemate Bold Mac comes out of the same form line, decent. Finish just in front of him. Mm-hmm. Probably gives this maybe a little bit of a shake at the $10 mark.
Can always pop up at odds, Bold Mac.
He sure can. And what did you make a Super Strike here?
Had a look at it.
Trial between runs was quite good.
Yeah. I know you love to look at those trials. The trial was good, just not. It doesn't play too heavily into the way I do my form. Like I noticed it definitely. Yeah. But it didn't really sway me from Waterford.
Yeah, no, I think he looks clear top pick, and if he can run out the 2,000 metres, he's got Nash on his back, you'll give him every chance. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, let's go to our best bets.
Yep, beautiful. So I'll make Rosehill race 7 Waterford. one of my best bets this week for all the points I've mentioned. 2,000 metres should be good. Getting back to Rosehill, getting Nash back on, I think it can only improve on what it's done recently. Then we'll move over to Belmont, race 8, Antique Miss. We were on this horse a couple of weeks ago and it got us the chockies, and I think it can get us the chockies again, staying at the same track and distance. And then we'll go down to Caulfield, race 2, Kin for the Godolphin stable. Goes well fresh, has outstanding sectionals on its day, and I think the way I'm predicting Caulfield to play this weekend will only suit this runner.
Love that. A little bit of enthusiasm there,
Yeah,
Tom. I love a good finish in Belmont, something for the punters to get out on again. I'm going to hopefully start us off really strong here. Love this horse's run. Eagle Farm, race 1, number 11, Kassir. It had its first start for Tony Gollan at Doomben behind Payline in a track that was just absolutely dynamite that day. Got way too far back. He was in dead last, made up a stack of ground. Look, I can see he was beaten 3.3 lengths, but it was a monster run. His win in New Zealand was pretty impressive, and he gets J-Mac aboard. I think, and goes to the 1,200. I think this horse has got a massive chance each way at the $6. Going to stick with J-Mac and go race 3, number 4, Mullane. Once again, got way too far out of his depth last start. I think James will learn his lesson and try and sit a little bit closer. And I think if he does sit a little bit closer, he should be winning here. $2.80 looks a great bet. And we're going to finish off with J-Mac with race 8, number 8, Siesta Magique. She got the chocolates for its last start. It's highly impressive. Look, she's going to have to be better than Bella Nipotina. But I think if she can improve anything off her last run, at the $7 mark, she seems great value. And for our BTFU top 2, we're going to stay with my race 1, number 11, Kassir, and we're going to go with your
Belmont race 8, Antique Miss.
Beautiful. All right, and that's all in the BTFU hub. One click, you know where it is. Brought to you by CrossBet. Thank you, guys. Tommy, cheers. I just need to get back to spring racing and get rid of this wet track.
I know. Can this rain just piss off?
And can someone please tell Kieran McAvoy that rail 3 meters, stay on the fence? All right. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Cheers.
What are you prepared to lose today? Set a deposit limit. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.